When I was little, some bad things happened, and it ended up making it very hard for me to make friends. I spent a lot of time alone, watching people, wishing I could play with them, but I didn't know how to reach out, and they didn't know how to reach out to me. And besides, they were busy playing with other children. I grew up in Brooklyn, and my school was 3 blocks from my house. And my mom worked, and I would go to school by myself and come home by myself. From the time I was 7, I had nothing in common with the other kids on the block. And when you're that young, your whole world is your block. In the summertime, I would go to camp. I would go to camp for the whole summer, 2 whole months. I hated it because there were so many people telling you what to do. When I was home, my mom worked, so she never told me what to do. I didn't make friends in summer camp either, because there were things that just made me feel alone. But I would have this fantasy. I loved to swim, and there was a wonderful lake, and it was so different than Brooklyn. It felt like the deep, dark woods, but it was really only Bear Mountain, which is only about an hour away. I spent a lot of time alone in camp also, but I had this wonderful dream. I was a good swimmer, and I loved the lake. I made up a story that I had a family that lived under the sea, and my mom and dad were the king and the queen of the kingdom. And life was wonderful. And the best part about it is that a year underneath water was only about a minute on top. So I would go under the lake and have a wonderful time. And then I'd come back to Earth and no time would pass at all. It was my little story, my little escape from the things that were happening in life. I survived my childhood. I even survived being a teenager. I survived being an adolescent, a teenager, a young adult. My underwater adventures are only a memory, and even a pleasant one at that, despite their origins. I wonder what gave me so much resilience and left others devastated. There are people who never come back from trauma. They're left wounded. It's hard to know what gave me the fortitude to survive despite the things that happened. What gave me the strength to constantly strive and move forward and explore new things. I like to think it was my creativity, my artist's soul. But I really don't know. Maybe it was just luck, or faith, or perseverance. If I have faith in anything, it's resilience. It's having faith in myself to never give up, to keep trying, to keep moving forward, never admit defeat. Always question things. Always have faith that things can get better. And never forget, things can always get worse. So enjoy them while you can.
Not just for some, but everyone.